Welcome back for another week of Athletes Incorporated. Catch us on ibtv.us, Roku TV, and YouTube. Comment, subscribe. Like what we got going on. I'm Trey, and this is my co-host, Harold Johnson. Right now, we just want to hop right into it. We've got the draft coming up this week. For a lot of people, it's a big deal. People are going to be throwing parties. So we thought we'd give you our own mock draft and tell you what you guys should be looking for your favorite team coming up on Thursday. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to tell you, man, it's been, when you look at all of the different gurus on the draft, it's just people are all over the place. We have to think, to me, the best player in the draft is Saquon Barkley, running back from Penn State. He's the best. But these teams are intent on taking quarterbacks. They say that Cleveland, again, the rumor is that they're going to take a quarterback number one.
And they're going to take two. The rumor is they're going to take two quarterbacks, folks, and try to trade one of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, which is just, it doesn't make any sense. But we have the Browns, Giants, Jets, Browns again, then the Denver Broncos, Colts, Buccaneers, Bears, 49ers, and Raiders. Now, of those, the top players are going to be Josh Allen, quarterback, Saquon Barkley, Penn State, running back, Sam Darnold, quarterback, Bradley Chubb, the great defensive end from North Carolina State. We got Roquan Smith from Georgia. Then we have Mika Fitzpatrick, Quentin Nelson, the great guard from Notre Dame, Denzel Ward, cornerback from Ohio State, Derwin James, Florida State safety, and Baker Mayfield. Those 10 people are going to be taken in the first 10 choices. That's what it looks like right now. With Josh Allen probably going first to the Browns. Or one of those three quarterbacks.
See, I got Sam Darnold going first. Yeah, I think they like Darnold better than...
And so they like him. Then second, the Giants, they're talking about taking Josh Allen.
Or Josh Rosen.
Or Josh Rosen, another one of the quarterbacks. Third, the Jets, they're actually talking about taking a quarterback. Also, which to me, none of these quarterbacks are franchise guys.
Let me ask you this, though. If you had to, like, if the gun to your head, you had to pick one quarterback, who would it be?
If I had to pick one.
If you had to pick a quarterback, there's no quarterback on the roster for your team, you have to pick a quarterback.
I would go Josh Allen from Wyoming.
Why would you go Josh Allen?
Physically, he has so much upside. He's big, he's strong. He doesn't have the problem with Josh Rosen from UCLA. He might be the most intelligent, but he's fragile. He's hurt all the time. Sam Darnold makes horrible choices.
Looping, throwing motion too.
And the motion doesn't even bother me as much as that he makes terrible decisions. Instead of just going down or throwing it out of bounds, he throws interceptions. Probably the one that has the most upside after him to me is Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
But he might be a little too emotional.
I think he's too small too.
I don't think he's too small, man, because you have the kid from New Orleans. He's done fine.
Right.
You got arguably the greatest quarterback ever to play from the 49ers.
Steve.
Not Steve, before him.
Oh, you're talking about
Notre Dame. He was the quarterback, and he was only 5'11".
Okay.
So that doesn't
for all you
bother
Bills
me.
fans out there, Doug Flutie's still rocking.
Doug Flutie, he was a little guy.
Yeah.
And then we have the kid up at Seattle.
Yeah, Russell
Westbrook.
Wilson
Westbrook. It matters about the size of their hands, and he's got a big enough hand. So that on my mock draft, man, I still, if I were the Cleveland Browns, I would take number one. I would take Saquon Barkley, and with that fourth pick they have, I would take the great guard from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If I were the Broncos should take Bradley Chubb or the other great tackle.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. So, who do you have going?
So, number one, I got Sam Darnold going number one overall to the Cleveland Browns. He's 20 years old. He's actually the youngest quarterback of all four of the top quarterbacks. I think he's got the most upside, and he can really grow with the franchise. And he's one of the few quarterbacks that actually met with the Browns. A lot of the quarterbacks are actually declining.
Who's that you're saying?
Sam Darnold.
Okay.
A lot of the quarterbacks are actually declining meeting with the Browns. Number two, I got Saquon Barkley going to the New York Jets. He's a can't-miss pick. people got to stop
The Giants.
to the Giants. Excuse me. People got to stop thinking of him as a running back. He's a playmaker. He can make plays in the passing game. He can do everything. He's, in my opinion, he's the best player in the draft. Number 3 to the Jets, they're going to take Baker Mayfield. It's not a secret. They're in love with Baker Mayfield. They're going to take him. Number 4, I think the Browns are going to trade with the Buffalo Bills, take the 12th and the 22nd pick and trade down. They're going to take Josh Allen. I think he's going to probably be the most ready-to-go quarterback. I think he can start from day one out of all those quarterbacks. Number 5, I've got the Broncos taking Bradley Chubb. It's not a secret around here in Denver. A lot of people are thinking that we're wasting Von Miller's prime years and that we need somebody on the other side to take off those triple teams and double teams. Number 6, I got the guard Quentin Nelson. If you guys don't know who Quentin Nelson is, check him out on film. He's one of the best players in the draft. He can play tackle. He can play guard. He was the captain for 4 years at Notre Dame. Andrew Luck's going to be coming back off an injury. It only makes sense to do that. Number 7, actually my favorite player in the draft, safety Derwin James out of Florida State. He's 6'3", he's 223, he runs a 4.3 40. You can drop in the box and play linebacker. He can play safety, he can play strong safety. He's one of the hybrid players that I think will be able to match up good with big tight ends, play great run defense, just do everything. He's a really intelligent guy. Number 8, I've got Raekwon Smith going to the Chicago Bears. Raekwon Smith, Buckets Award winner, single-handedly beat Oklahoma in the second half when they went to man. They stopped playing that zone and they went to man, and Raekwon Swift just...
And you have to remember, things always go good for the Bears when they have a big-time
linebacker. And the Buckets Award winner,
yeah,
Chicago, it only makes sense. Number 9, I got the Niners actually taking Denzel Ward to match up with Richard Sherman. I personally don't think Denzel Ward is the best corner. I think he's a little smallish, and I think he's a little frail. But I mean, Ohio State corners, Bradley Roby, Denzel Ward, Chris Gamble, legendary corners. They're all good. They're ready to play right away. Yeah. You don't get that too many times. And then number 10, I actually have Vita Vea from Seattle. He's 6'4", 347 pounds. I think the Raiders are going to take him. He can anchor your defense.
Yeah, he's at University of Washington, right?
Yep, UW.
Okay. Yeah, he'd be a big anchor too.
Yeah.
The thing is, on draft day, folks, that's why it's so fun to watch and a lot of people do. There's going to be so many trades made, so many surprises. The crowd will be oohing and on, going crazy. So it's going to be this is really going to be one that's very interesting. And when we get to camp and see what's going on with them, other things going on in the NFL, we have the people being released. Dez Bryant being released.
Brandon Marshall was just released.
Yeah, and Brandon Marshall, but he said that there was no room for him with the Giants, and now it looks like he might. Dez Bryant might go to the Giants, which I think is just going to cause more trouble. To have him, and they already have to worry about. What's when they got the pictures of him taken?
Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham. You have that personality to have to deal with. And then you're going to bring in Dez Bryant. He wants the ball all the time, and he's at the back end of his career. He thinks he's supposed to have the ball. That's, I don't see that working out well.
And what's crazy, and we don't talk about, but the reason why a lot of these players were released right now, folks, is because a lot of teams are going to see what they can pick up in the draft, and then whatever's left over from the release, they'll go back and sign these people. There's so much great talent in the receiving core in the draft. I don't see why you would pick up any of these old guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's not even a receiver in the top 10. And Calvin Ridley from Alabama is a great receiver. Yeah. DJ Shark from LSU is another great receiver.
And then you got to take the kid for that won the Biletnikoff Award from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. What's his name?
But none of those. Even
there's
Ridley,
so much value.
Yeah,
there's so much value.
But even Ridley, there's no wide receiver to me in this draft. You have the big time receiver from SMU. I wouldn't take one of the wide receivers.
And he's a little raw.
Yeah.
He's a little raw. His route tree. He doesn't run all the routes.
But that's the way I still build a team from the inside out. The down linemen are most important. So from tackle to tackle on each side of the ball is most important for me. And from there, you build back. But listen, folks, watch that. It's going to be great. You're going to have fun, have a party.
And comment, put who you think's the best player in the draft in.
That's right.
And, subscribe, like what we got going on.
See you next one. Thank you.